Hello, welcome to fall semester. I'm Dr. Eckles. I will be your professor for BIOL 100, Principles of Biology lecture. The very first thing I want to make clear is that if you're in this class, you must also be enrolled in a section of BIOL 101, which is the lab class. The two courses are co-requisites. What that means is you have to take them at the same time during the same semester. The only exception to this rule is if you have already tried to take these classes in the past, or you've taken similar courses elsewhere, and you passed the lecture, so you already have credit for it, but you didn't pass the lab. And then, in that case, you would be enrolled in the lab class, but not in the lecture. If you're listening to this message, you're probably in the opposite boat, the opposite situation. You may be passed the lab class, but you didn't pass the lecture. If that's the case, you've already got credit for the lab, you've done it, then you can stay enrolled in just the lecture. But if that's not your situation, if you haven't passed one of these two courses in the past, it means that you've got to be enrolled in both of them right now. If you choose not to enroll in a lab class, you'll be automatically dropped from this lecture. So make sure you get yourselves into a section of 101. What I want to do with this video lecture is to talk you through what you can expect for the semester, give you a tour of our Canvas page, and go over the syllabus with you so you know what's coming. Okay, here is our Canvas page. This is the welcome screen that you will always be greeted by when you log in. First thing to point out here is our class meeting times. We are only going to be meeting on Wednesdays during our normal class time, from 2:55 to about 4:10 p.m. Okay? The time that we would have spent together on Mondays, I want you to dedicate that to studying the lectures, watching the lecture videos, and working on your homework assignments. I didn't want to overwhelm you with too much time on Zoom. I'm going to be recording video lectures for all of our topics this semester. I'll also be posting additional videos that are available online that help reinforce big ideas. Make sure you're watching those lectures because they're going to be very, very helpful in preparing for the exams. On Wednesdays, when we're together, I'm going to review important concepts, go over things that can be a little tricky or confusing, and most importantly, we're all going to practice applying the ideas that are in the lectures to word problems, to actual scenarios that pop up in the natural world. You're going to get a lot of experience applying your knowledge and practice using these concepts. And that's going to go a long way towards making all these ideas make more sense. It's also going to help you pass the exams. So coming to class on Wednesdays is definitely worth your time. The other thing is attendance is mandatory. You have to come to the Zoom meetings on Wednesdays. That's how I'm actually measuring your attendance for class this semester. If you miss more than 2 weeks worth of Zoom meetings, I have to drop you from the class. Now, if you have to miss one of our Zoom meetings because life happened, something came up, something unexpected, you had to go to the doctor, you had to take someone else to the doctor, power outages like what happened to me, totally fine. Just shoot me an email, let me know what's going on. As long as you keep me informed, I can work with you. If you keep missing class but you don't communicate with me, that's when you run the risk of being dropped. So just keep that in mind. All right. Notice the second tab down here on our page is announcements. Announcements are the primary way that I'm going to be communicating with you this semester. So you've noticed I've already sent out quite a few of them and it's only day 3. I'm not always going to send out this many announcements. The first week is always heavy on information. But you want to make sure you're getting these announcements as soon as I send them. If you haven't received these announcements as emails that were sent to your student account, go into your notification settings on Canvas and make sure you have it selected that Canvas will push these announcements to you as emails. You definitely want to be receiving them. Also make sure you're checking the email account that the announcements are being sent to. Usually it's your student account at SWC. I will send out announcements at the start of each week detailing everything that we're going to be doing that week. It'll contain links to the module for that week that has the lecture slides, any videos that you need access to, and any homework assignments. The announcement will also identify any big topics that we are definitely going to be covering in our lecture on Wednesday. It'll also be a reminder of any deadlines that are coming up or exam dates. So there's a lot of good stuff in these announcements that you're going to want to get. Yeah, make sure you're checking the announcements. Next tab down, Zoom. This is the easiest way to get access to our Zoom lectures. If you click on this tab, you'll see all of our upcoming class meetings. In order to join, just go to this week's class meeting and click on the Join button. It'll take you right to our Zoom room. Syllabus. This is the next most important thing. The syllabus is available in two forms, either as text right here on the web page, or you can download a PDF of it. I'm going to open this PDF because it'll make life easier as we discuss what you can expect from the course this semester. All right. So here's our syllabus, first page. It starts out with information on how to contact me and information about our Zoom meetings. And my office hours are on here as well. Okay. Keep in mind, we are not face-to-face on campus. I won't be on campus at all. You shouldn't be either. Okay. There's an overview of the ways you can interact with me. And here I talk about my response time to things like emails. I try to get back to you within 24 hours. But because of the huge volume of emails professors are getting now, it might take me a little bit longer, especially if I'm having to prioritize emails that are emergencies. So be patient with me. I'll be patient with you as well. If you really need the information that you sent to or that you asked for in your email, give me a day to respond, and then after that, send me a reminder and let me know it's urgent. Okay. There's information in here on the course, all the learning objectives, which are the things that you will learn by the end of the semester, as well as your learning outcomes, which are the big ideas that you will master. And here is our textbook. You must purchase the textbook, but there are two different forms of it. Notice that both of them come with this thing called Modified Mastering Biology. Modified Mastering is a website that Pearson puts out. Pearson is the publisher. It is filled with practice problems, videos, tutorials. It's an excellent digital resource for us. All of your homework assignments are going to be turned in through Modified Mastering. They'll all be assigned through Modified as well. You have to have access to it. Absolutely must. So that's why it's listed here on both of your textbook options. Now notice there are two bullet points here. These are both the same textbook, just in different forms. First bullet point is the e-text. So if you want a digital copy of the textbook, which is cheaper, go with this first option. But if you want an actual printed hardcover or loose leaf version of the textbook, go with your second option. Doesn't matter to me which one you have, the e-text or the printed version. What does matter is whichever version you get comes with Mastering Biology. It is a requirement. I just sent out an announcement with information on how to access our Mastering Biology course as well. An overview of your technological needs are here. If you need help with Zoom, these three bullet points are hot links. They will take you to Southwestern College's IT pages that talk about these different ways to interfere or to interface with Zoom. Here's my attendance policy. Okay, it's not enough to just visit the class website. That doesn't count as attendance. You've got to be at those lectures on Wednesdays. Okay. All of your important deadlines are here as well. All right. So deadline to drop, deadline to add, all of that good stuff is listed here. Assignments. We're going to do a variety of in-class activities during class on Wednesdays. So you'll be doing practice problems, practice questions, all of those things you're going to get points for. So make sure you come to class for the points as well. Exams, there will be 4 of them. Each of them will be worth 100 points. The dates of the exams are provided at the end of this syllabus. I may modify our exam schedule. No, never mind. Here it is. So you'll have 4 exams, but your lowest score is going to be dropped. Lowest exam score will be dropped. Okay? So 4 exams, but only 3 of them count. Okay? You're going to take them through our Canvas website, and I'll show you the link that will take you to the exams once they're posted. Okay? You're going to have 75 minutes to complete them. Once you start the exam, you have to finish it. You can't pause it and come back to it. But I give you several days in which you can take the exam. So you can either take it early and get it out of the way, or you can take it later and give yourself more time to prepare. It's up to you. All right, cheating policy. Just so we're on the same page, like it says on the screen, my intent is for you to take any quizzes, which there probably won't be any, but my intent is for you to take exams on your own. They are solo exams. They are not meant to be taken as a group. You should not collaborate on them. Everyone is going to get a different exam. The majority of the exams are multiple choice questions. Each student gets 40 of those. They're drawn from a database of over 110 multiple choice questions, drawn at random. So everyone gets a slightly different selection of questions. Means you're not going to get much out of trying to work together, and it will take you too long if you try to collaborate, so you probably won't finish the exam on time. You'll lose points for that. There will be a free response section on the exam where you have to type in complete sentences for your answers. If you plagiarize your answers, meaning you take them word for word from another source, either another student or a website or the textbook, that is considered cheating, and we'll have to deal with it as a case of academic dishonesty. The plagiarism software on our for our exam program is pretty good at detecting plagiarism. I also have a lot of practice with it now, so I tend to be able to recognize if a student isn't using their own words to answer a question. So just keep that in mind. All right, here's your grade breakdown. Exams are going to be 100 points each, with the lowest score dropped. In-class assignments and mastering biology assignments, they're going to have various point values. They're only going to make up 40% of your grade. 60% of your grade is going to come from those exams. So make sure you're studying and putting in good effort on the exams. You can turn in late work. It's 10% off for every 24 hours or part thereof that it's late. All right, the policies on things like academic integrity are also listed here. Our diversity statement, also netiquette. Netiquette is a play on the word etiquette. This is how I expect you to act in an online class setting. So make sure you read through this and you're comfortable with all of these expectations, because by staying in the class, you are agreeing to behave appropriately and treat everyone with respect. In turn, we'll treat you with respect too. Here's our disciplinary actions and also links for student support, DSS, our emergency plan, and our overall course map for our Canvas page. The last thing I want to show you in the syllabus, though, is this. So this is our schedule. Here's how it works. I only list the day of our actual Zoom lecture, but remember, I expect you to be working on our class stuff outside of this time as well. The topics on what we go over each week are listed here on the right. The chapters generally correspond exactly to the topics of the lectures, so make sure you're keeping up on your reading. It really does help. What I want to point out, too, is how I label the exams. So exam number 1 takes place in week 4. It's available to take on Canvas from Friday to Sunday. So from Friday at 12 a.m. until Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So you've got a 3-day window in which to take the exam. So make sure you're scheduling your time appropriately. All right, so that's our syllabus. Here's the rest of our Canvas page. Exams will appear here under the Quizzes tab. Okay. So when it's time, these exams will be launched. Okay. Exam number 1 isn't even visible yet, but you can't start them until they're assigned to you. Okay. Modules is going to be the most helpful part of the course website right now. Notice all the units are listed here. Unit 1, Unit 2, 3, 4, all the way down. So these are our 4 units we'll be covering. Unit number 1 is where we're starting. You can find all your lecture files. The PDFs of my lectures are here. Any assignments that I'm going to give you, especially mastering assignments, will also show up as a link here. Any additional resources I think will be helpful will also be linked here. So these 3 things, these are all videos. I haven't recorded or I haven't released my own lecture video yet, but I will. And when I do, the link to it will show up here. Okay? So the modules page is kind of your one-stop shop for all the big things you need to know about this unit. Okay? All right. Of course, grades is here as well, so are your assignments. So as assignments, as they show up, they will start popping up here on this list. The assignments tab shows you everything that you get points for in the class. So exams also show up on this list. Just keep that in mind. All right. Those are all the big things that you need to know about the class and what to expect for the rest of the semester. Keep your eye on the announcements. When I release our video lecture for the week, I will let you know. And I look forward to seeing you guys finally next week on Wednesday. If you have any questions, please feel free to email. Just reach on out and I'll do what I can for you. All right. Bye.